Good evening, everybody. This is Robert with East Coast Sawing Design. One of the rare videos of me in my workshop. And I'd like to do a little quick first impressions on a new tool I got today. See from the box, it is a ATV Bessie compact router. It's an Amazon product, and I will link it into the description. No cost to me, just want to share a good product. And we'll open it up together. I've already opened it up, but... So in it, you get the compact router. It's a Chinese branded knockoff of another one with the same color top. Vevor makes an identical one as well. I chose this one because it has the metal, the cast aluminum base plate for it. I could have got one a lot cheaper, but it would have had the plastic base, and I didn't want a plastic trim base router. You get parts for an edge guide, very handy. This is a roller guide, so you can use it with bits. You can use it like a rabbiting style bits. You can make straight bits into rabbiting bits. Get a little dust port. Nothing too fancy crazy. An adjustment wrench. New little booklet. There's a 3/8 and a 1/4 inch collet. I don't know how useful the 3/8 collet would be, but it was included with the router. Some knobs, and a 12-piece router bit set. So, just a couple basic router bits, nothing too fancy. Really, the big ones I was interested in the set for were the 2 round over bits. I believe it's quarter and 3/8 or 3/8 and 1/2 inch. It's in metric. The dovetail bit, the chamfer bit, and the big 5/8 hogging bit. So everything back in the box, and we'll get it set up. I'm going to do a quick little test on camera here for you. We're going to do some roundovers on this cherry charcuterie board. Very typical with what I work with for the bulk of my woodworking is charcuterie and cutting boards. So we'll get the router bit set up. It's got an index lock on the shank. Very tight fitting shank. What I like about this router base is just like the original one, your adjustment is done via a crank wheel. Very handy for dialing in exactly where you want to go. So when I do my roundovers, I like to have the corner of the bit just below the surface of the base plate. And lock that off. And I typically use a router in a router table, but I wanted to try this new router edge. So I'll get her turned on. It's variable speed. Don't have the numbers off the top of my head, but it goes 1 through 6 on the dial. I think I'll set it to 5 or 6. Just because that's typical. You typically run these 1/4 inch shank bits pretty fast. So turn it on here. Very powerful, but as loud as my 1/2 inch, maybe a touch quieter. So here we go. Okay, as you see, that made really quick work of doing the roundovers on this cherry charcuterie board. Bit cuts very cleanly for Amazon Chinese knockoff bits. Very pleased with the quality for initial cut. Only time will tell if this will be a viable winner in the long run. Probably seen the router bogged down a few times. Never used a half-inch, never used a palm router before, so just getting used to how fast or how aggressive you can use it. I probably was taking a bit of an aggressive cut there. It came out pretty cleanly. I know some people do have problems with certain off-brand bits in these Chinese knockoff routers. So I bought this router for, I believe it was 89 Canadian on Amazon with a 5% with a $5 off coupon. Comparatively speaking, the cheapest palm type style router I could find locally was a rigid 1/4-inch palm router, and it was $149 plus tax at the Home Depot. That was about 95 taxes in, shipped in 3 days. I would have went with the rigid, as my 1/2-inch router is a rigid, but I have plans for that little router that involve mounting it in alternate bases, and the rigid wasn't as compatible. There's a little nub on the side of it. So time will tell, see how this router works out, but for a knockoff 1/4-inch palm router, for the price, I can't beat it. First impressions are exceedingly good, and I'll do a full review once I've had time to use it. Hopefully soon I'll have a shop update coming. My shop's always a disaster. Underneath the charcuterie board is a rigid TS 3650 contractor style table saw I recently acquired. Table saw has been a major upgrade for my shop. Yeah, it's, what more can I say? It's a table saw. My workbench is a complete disaster over there, but I have the rigid 4x24 edge belt sander, spindle sander. I have the DeWalt DW735. That's a 2004 model, so it's actually a bit out of date, with an upgraded LuxCut 3 helical head. And I have a Mastercraft jointer down here. It's kind of currently buried under some things. It's a rebranded Delta of the same design that I was gifted, so I'm quite pleased with that. So I'll give a full and proper shop tour one day. It's coming soon. Cheers, guys. Subscribe, comment, and I'll leave links for any products I can in the description. Thanks, bye.